Hey up everyone.
Malin guys, how are you doing? So it's a little bit of a different video today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
A very different video. Usually we're on here and we're jumping about and we're happy, which we are happy. We are jumping about, we are doing whatever we're doing. But like over the past, it's more than 12 months now, isn't it? It's like 14 months, is it?
About 14, it was in
14?
early Feb.
Yeah, so like a lot of people, especially on my takeaway channel, have been commenting about my weight, talking about, oh Danny, you look like you're piling a bit of weight on, you're looking a bit tired, you're looking a bit dishevelled, and you know, I agree. I agree, don't we? We agree.
You agree?
You agree. What, that look a bit dishevelled?
No, I didn't agree that.
Why?
I think you have a certain look on your face because you're in pain.
Yeah.
But to me, you don't look dishevelled. I just think you're less aware of your appearance than you used to be because you've got other things happening in your brain.
Yeah. So 14 months ago, so this isn't a sympathy post by any means, because that's the reason why I've not spoke about it, is for that reason, probably, because of the male pride that gets in the way.
The Yorkshireman's stubbornness.
Sophie says. But yeah, so back in February 2024, we were just getting ready to go out, weren't we? I went putting some washer fluid in the car, and all of a sudden everything just went a little bit doolallywap and it went a bit fuzzy, and I had a stroke, which was a bit weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, we could tell because all the kids were all ready to go out and you were going to drive, weren't you? And when you came in, you were all fuzzy and you collapsed against the car. Then you came in almost acting a bit drunk in a way, and then we sat you down. You were around, weren't you? We sat you down, and you just wanted cake. Like you just wanted cake, and I asked you to do the fast test where you try and move your face, your arms, and da-da-da.
Yeah. But anyway, I got to the hospital.
You did. I'm going, I am. It's because I'm like
a book in her head. Yeah, so I had a stroke, went to Pinderfields Hospital, which I must say they get a lot of stick sometimes, but they were absolutely great with me in there. And I was in there for a few days and had some tests. Found out that because a lot of people are going to assume that it's because of my weight and because of the food, and you've done this to yourself, and let me assure you, it's not because of that. My blood pressure were alright, all the cholesterol's fine, all that kind of stuff. It turned out I got a blood clot just at the back here in my brain, and that's what caused me to have a stroke.
I think, is it ischemic stroke or something? You can have a hemorrhagic ischemic or something.
Well, Sophie knows more about it all than me, because she's been my rock, if I'm honest with you. So I promised myself I ain't going to cry when I do this, but
it's a big thing.
But me being me, I had a couple of meet and greets planned in dinner, and like Sophie and my family and Rate My Takeaway lads are all saying no, you can't do it. The doctor said no, don't do it. But me being a div and just wanting, we've got over 1,000 fans that have got tickets. It was a free event, so I wasn't earning out from it. But I didn't want to let them down, and I thought, I could just sit in van. I did the first one, sat in van, and it was exhausting. And then the second one, I did that, and again, and it was exhausting. And then the day after, I had another one. So that was sort of like the wake up call, and the blood clot got cleared, but then it was like a road to recovery then, or trying, and I had physio coming out every day because I've lost quite a lot of movement in my left side, and I was struggling to walk, and they were talking about putting splints in my shoes and all sorts. I'm like, look, I ain't no Forrest Gump, I'm going to beat this.
But then you got because your side were affected, which affects your emotions. You got you were laughing at it like hysterically, almost painfully laughing, weren't you, for ages?
Yeah, because I found it hilarious. I'm going to be like Forrest Gump, which I shouldn't do, but you know, that's just the way it is. And then as time went on, so like sometimes, so how it's affected me now is I struggle with chronic fatigue. So like sort of this, you know, early morning, I'm not too bad. But soon as it gets to lunchtime, sometimes I'm out, boom, and I'm out for a count, and it's really difficult, and it's just so hard to explain. It's like when you go out on a bender, you know, when you were younger and you went out and you had a couple of days and you didn't sleep, and or you're in a beef or something like that, and you've not slept for a few days and it catches up on you. It's like that, but it happens in seconds. And you'll say you can see my face, can't you?
Yeah, your face slightly drops when you have seizures, or when you first have a stroke.
So and Sophie's, you know, she's already jumped the gun, lay it out there. But yes, I do suffer from what they call absent seizures as well now, where I just blank off, don't I? Which happened the other day while I was filming. We actually caught it on camera, which were quite interesting to watch back, to be honest, because I've never, obviously having them, never seen it myself. And I was just getting my table out of that van, and then boof, I lost about 30 seconds of my life. And then when I come out, it leaves me a bit confused and tired. But the reason why I'm telling people is, one, because obviously people, you know, you guys, you're not stupid. You follow me and Sophie. You see us in his day-to-day life. So comments have been made, and I just feel it's about time. And if I'm honest with you, in the beginning, what I struggled with most is the loss of memory that I have. Sophie will tell you I was always quick, fast, switched on. And I'm not as much as like that anymore, and that frustrated me. It frustrated me a lot, and it made me feel not worthy in a lot of ways with me, especially with my family. I felt like I was a burden a lot of the time, because there's a lot of things that I couldn't do, and I was struggling to understand things. And if it weren't for Sophie, you know, things might be different for me, because I couldn't cope in my life. And I was coming on to rate my takeaway, and I'm jumping about now. Then, guys, how are you doing? And I'm doing that because, you know, I do that because I enjoy it, and I enjoy being out with lads and filming and interacting with the fans, and, you know, just doing what I'm doing, and I enjoy it so much. So it was like a release for me. But then, like, coming home and not being able to, you know, exhausting all my energy on doing what I was doing, it put me into a bad way, didn't it? And, you know, we had a lovely holiday last year, went to Turkey, and it was great. And then sort of like after that, I went downhill a bit, and mentally I proper struggled, and I got to a point where I never thought I'd get to, where I just didn't want to be here, and I was just putting a smile on, doing what I could, but then I was locking myself away when from you guys, and coming home, just going up to bed and shutting bedroom door, and not just like sitting there. I'd just shut my eyes, and I'd be sleeping all the time, just sleeping, waking up, doing what I got to do, and then doing whatever. But when you've got somebody that cares about you so much as what Sophie does, she was relentless. Doing my freaking nutting, if I'm honest, at me. And it's like, I didn't want people to know what was going on, because I felt ashamed. I felt like I have lost a piece of me, because I'm permanently brain damaged now. But like, I remember one day you'd arranged a meeting with Stroke Association, and I looked out at window and they pulled up in big beating car, and I says, oh no, I'm not having this, I'm off. Don't want them outside my house, people knowing what's bloody going on. And I was just stubborn. And then you were even phoning doctor, weren't you? Because she was that concerned. And she was having conversations with doctor, and in the end, they advised that I went and saw a psychiatrist, like a neurological psychiatrist that could help me with my thoughts and come to terms with what's going on. And you know, I've got to be honest, if somebody had said to me, go see someone and talk about leaves floating down a stream and pretend they're your problems and all this, I'd have probably laughed and gone, what a load of crap. But I didn't. I decided, because I could see the effect it were having on Sophie and the kids and family and friends that knew, I decided to go, and I've got to say it's probably the best thing I ever did. She were able to give me coping strategies and different aspects of what's causing me issues, which really did help me to overcome a lot of the emotion. But it has been so difficult, and it still is difficult. It's not go and have a few sessions and have a quick fix. I know people are going to be laughing at this and, oh well, you've brought it on yourself, which I haven't. It was brought on through stresses in my life and different things, and it is what it is. I'm prepared for the onslaught of a barrage of abuse that's going to come, because unfortunately I put myself in the public eye, and that's what it is. But do you know what the reason why I wanted to share it now is because I think to myself, there's so many people in this world that are in my position, and sadly some people that are worse. And thankfully for me, I've managed to get back my feeling in my left side, and when I get tired, my feet drags a little bit and I slouch a little bit, but I can work on it. But there's some people out there that can't, and
I think there's like 1.5 million stroke survivors in UK.
Yeah, and it's just, do you know what? It's difficult, it's hard, because one day you're normal, then the next day you're not, and trying to deal with that with your brain that's then damaged is so difficult. So it's like with us, we're filming. We used to film in an evening, didn't we? At tea time. I can't do that now. When I've done Rate My Takeaway episodes that are late at night, I have to go to bed through the day to make sure that I've got enough energy, try and change my sleep pattern to get up and do these things. And I just want to just say to people that anybody in my position, just try and stay strong. It's horrible, but there is help out there. There's a lot of organisations that'll help, and best thing I did was eventually, after probably about 7 months, is take that help. But most of all, the people like this beautiful wife here, who I rely on so much now, and I'm so grateful. But even kids, their lives have changed because of what's happened to me. And they run around after me, and they can see when I'm not right, and they know. And we could be out doing an activity, and then we're like, right, come on, Dad, we've had enough. which is great because usually it would have upset me if, I mean, I remember last year, one thing that upset me is I remember we went to Brid and then I had to go in car and have a sleep.
Yeah.
And I was sat in car crying because you guys were out enjoying sunshine and having ice creams and enjoying yourselves, and I just wasn't fit enough to do that. But again, it's something now that I've got to embrace and deal with, and try and find the best coping strategies that I can, but also look at how I can improve my life in general. Now, obviously, one of the biggest things is my weight, and we, January we try to do a bit of a push, and Sophie does try to help me as much, but I'm a stubborn git.
It's hard enough getting to hospital. I wish they could have just strapped you down, and I did actually ask that late last year when you weren't very well, is how much I can actually try and get you there under,
because I am stubborn, believe it or not. I'm not, again, people will comment about using resources at NHS. I don't like to go, do I?
No,
I don't even like to speak to a doctor, to be honest, because I feel like I'm just wasting time. If I have a bit of a turn and then I feel partially alright, I'll be like, no, I'm fine, I'm alright.
I know my own body. I'm 45.
Alright. And then I've got private healthcare as well, so it's not just always pulling on NHS, it's using private healthcare. But I think, obviously people around me that's closest to me, I have a circle of people that sort of like my inner circle. Obviously everybody there knows what's going on, so like Sophie, the kids, as parents, and then you've got like obviously like the Rate My Takeaway lads, lads at LDC, so those two there, Mark and Dan, Silverbacks, Johnny, and some lads there. And I've got to honestly say that without these people contacting me and having me back and being there, I'd be lost. Although sometimes I've told them all white lies and I'm going, oh yeah, I'm fine, guys.
Yeah, I'm fine, I'll play rugby. Yeah. I'll get in boxing ring.
Yeah, told Callum. I bluffed Callum.
Oh gosh.
And
thank goodness he knows now.
Did a video and then he cracked me out in the head. She went crazy. Went absolutely nuts. Them blinking heck you doing getting in a boxing ring, you chuffing idiot. But yeah, and it's like, it's been something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time, but it had to feel the right time.
I think you needed time to accept it as well.
Because I didn't accept it, did I? And that was the problem. Because I was just more mentally frustrated about why can't I do that maths sum anymore, or why can't I think. So it's like I was a good problem solver when I could think quick off my feet. But now it takes me a little bit longer to think about it, and I'm sure, like, you guys, if you watch Rate My Takeaway, have probably seen it sometimes, because sometimes I say things that don't even make sense, do they? They're like, it's just gobbledygook, and it's a mixture of sentences that just don't make sense. And Told Editor's got a right job on now, because he has to proper sift through it all and make sure that I'm not having an absent seizure, or I'm not mixing my words up, and it's like, I used to be clean shaven all the time, and Sophie likes me with a bit of stubble on, but I struggle to shave because my brain sometimes, it takes me a while to push, and it's weird. The human brain is such a complex thing, and until it's damaged you don't realise, and it's like sometimes I feel like I'm living in a box, don't want to start singing, living in a car bomb. And then, there's been like, so Sophie's known, people, a lot of people that know Sophie, because she gets some stick online and people give her a load of jip. But when you get to know her, you'll know that she's probably the most kindest, loving person that you'll ever meet. And it's very rare that she'll find a bad bone in anyone unless they've done her or the family harm. And she'll give anybody the benefit of the doubt. But by heck has she grown a pair of bollocks, I'm going to say that. Because even with his family, sometimes they'll come and they'll say, "Oh, he looks alright. What's up? Why's he gone up to bed? He looks alright." And she'll send me to bed. Or kids will, because they know it, because they live with me day in, day out. So she knows when the fatigue's kicking in and when it's really, really bad. And then I can hear her. "It's not what to do with you, we don't know what's going on." And she'll have a go with people.
I've become a proper stroke awareness advisor thanks to Stroke Association.
Yeah.
I've been asking them loads of the questions.
And she does. I mean, I hear her on phone to the doctor and I think, give him a bloody rest. He must see our number and think, "Oh Christ, it's here again." But it was like Christmas Day, we had our family round, and I managed to do Christmas dinner with a lot of help from everyone else, because that's my thing. I love to do Christmas dinner, and I had to accept that I needed help, which was difficult for me, but I did it and we got through, and it was a lovely, lovely dinner. I probably had about 4 mouthfuls of it myself because I was that exhausted when it come to sit down. And then you sent me up to bed, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because I was gone, and I could hear people, "Well, it looks alright to me," and it's weird. So it's like, if people have had a stroke and they look alright, don't assume that that's the case.
I think that's the worst thing, if I'm right, you can say is, "Oh, well, you look alright," because you mask it so well. And that's...
Which I do, because I don't want sympathy. I don't want people coming up and going, "Oh mate, and that's not what this video's about." What it's more about for me is to say, this is what's happened, and now it's a different journey, a different path that I've got in life, where I've got to think about choices that I make. I've got to think about the impact that's going to have on me on a daily basis. But let me tell you, I'm going to fight the crap out of this, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help anybody else in my position with awareness and stuff like that.
But looking after your son first.
Yeah. You see. She's like, "Don't get too much on."
Yeah, before you commit to all this campaigning. I'll campaign, you rest.
Because
obviously
this, it was brought on by stress, and one of the things, right, was, and we joke about it, is I used to come in and Sophie would go, "So what deal have you made today? What business are you involved in? What charity are you doing something for? Who are you going to see?" So it's like, I've done things like, people have asked me to go and deliver pizzas to somebody in a hot tub, like an hour and a half away, and I've gone, "Yeah, do you know what? I will." Because it's an experience for them. Me walking in, "How then, guys? How are you doing?" But yeah, so I've just got to try and get a steady lifestyle. As my psychiatrist said, I need my rest days, and ideally, I need to be cutting down my workload, because it's not just Rate My Takeaway. I've got 6 or 7 other businesses that I'm involved in. So I cut down the workload a little bit, but have rest days. She did say 1 on 1 off.
Now you're telling me.
Yeah, but that's a bit difficult for me to do 1 on 1 off. I didn't tell Sophie that because I know that she'd be...
You're off.
Yeah.
But even down to just having this year and a bit to learn, I think for the whole family at home, that adjustment, isn't it? Because it's a new way of life. But that's why I'm so...
I used to be your carer.
You did, you did.
I looked after Sophie as the alpha male, if you like.
Yeah. And
but now it's
weird, like literally on that day, the tables were turned, weren't they?
Yeah,
Where...
so it's like I can put my right sock on, but I can't put my left sock on. And it's really, and if I do, I am absolutely crippled in pain, because I really have to focus my brain and push my body to move, and it's ridiculous. So like, you know, I was joking with Cameron when we went to Benidorm, because I said to him, I said, I'm going to have to put my socks on. Luckily weather were alright, so I could wear my Crocs. But and I managed to do it, because I thought, you know, it was degrading enough me asking you to do it.
You've got used to that bit now, haven't you?
Yeah.
I know you don't like it. There's a number of things. As people who've experienced stroke or sudden life changes, the thing is, as someone who cares for you, it's no issue. You'd rather see the one you love not in the pain and do something you can help. In a weird way, the physical caring almost helps me, because I feel like that's something I can do for you. I can't like give you that part of your brain back, but I can make your life outside of your work, which gives you joy. I can try my best to make this home as happy a place and as
which you do
sorted,
and
so when you come back you can just
like I say, you know, it's, you know, I don't think anybody would have done a better job, if I'm honest, because I'm a cantankerous old get now.
I'm not going to deny that one.
A lot, you know, because like when me and Sophie got together, there was a lot of laughter in our relationship, a lot of fun and laughter, and there still is on occasion, but like obviously when I'm in that frame of mind, you know, I couldn't laugh at a joke, never mind. I mean, she is a funny guy, like, but funny guy, funny girl.
One up to her.
Yeah, so here we go, I'm getting tired now.
Yeah.
But like on when I do radio, I have Matt as a co-host, and obviously when I told Matt what were going on, he sometimes has to jump in because I don't make sense or I forget things. I did it yesterday. I did a review yesterday, and I'd ordered fish and chips, a deep fried cheeseburger, and a patty. And I opened the boxes up and I went, deep fried cheeseburger, fish and chips, and then I opened the patty up and I went, what's that? What is it? And then the owner was just walking by and he went, that's a patty. Because my brain, it forgets things, doesn't it? And it just goes, I mean, we've all had it where we're like, oh, what the heck is that? What is it? But I mean, I could be holding a cup of tea. What's that? And it is so weird, because then you know what it is, but you can't say what it is. So,
and I think that's where, like, that's one downside of me being your carer, because we do have a lot of fun and I love all the physical stuff, but because I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic, I can't always fill in those gaps, because I'm going, what is it? What is that? I don't know. It's like when they asked me in the early days to play the memory games. You have to laugh sometimes, because otherwise you'll just cry.
Somebody that's dyspraxic to play a memory game.
Where you do that table trick where you put stuff on the table, then you take something away, say which one's taken away. I'm like, do you know? Because I do.
Yeah.
Dad, I don't know where I put it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a lot. You know, I've just got my van key back from about 2 weeks because it was in a swimming bag and she'd lost it. But yeah, so I think, you know, like I say, it's not a sympathy thing. It's more of a just to let you guys know. If anybody's got any questions, you know, please drop them in comments, and we'll answer them. I think, what I'd like to do is get any thoughts, get any questions from you guys. If anybody's suffering the same, or somebody they know is, again, feel free to drop us a message, and then we'll probably come on again in a couple of weeks, and I'd like to talk about how it's affected you, because it has affected you. I think that's a different side that people need to look at as well. Is it's not, obviously you've got the what they call the stroke survivor, because they don't call them a victim. Yeah. It's a stroke survivor. But then you've got the family that have to then help deal with that, which is difficult. So thank you very much for listening to me rabbling on for half an hour about something that's not fun and joyful, but you know what, I'm in a better place now. I've got a lot of people around me supporting me. We're doing this as like a bit of a all-in-one swoop, so it's on here. It's on the episode of Rate My Takeaway that'll be following this, and then also I were on
Beard Meets Food podcast.
What Beard Meets Food? Don't like Adam. No, so I did Breaking Beard.
Oh no, Breaking.
Right, well, Breaking Bread. That's the thing. When they first did it, they called it Breaking Bread.
Isn't that thing
but
on
now,
Bible, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, but it was called Breaking Bread. That's what they called it. Then they've changed it to Breaking Beard. So it confuses me.
My dyslexic brain.
But yeah, so basically, Beer Meets Food, Adam, he's away in America. So Josh Gudgeon, again, he's somebody that I confided in, and somebody who I just felt I can trust. Same with Adam. Adam knows about it. I've not directly spoke to him about it, but he knows about it through Josh, and they've known about it for a while, and these are people that I trust in my life. And I went on the podcast, and I had no intention of talking about it, and then I did. It just felt right. And this is what I said, I'll talk about it when the time's right for me. I don't want anybody to tell me when to say things, when you know what I mean. And we'll just get on to talking about, I have my Silverbacks Rugby League top on. And one of the sponsors on the sleeve is Rate My Mind, which is something that I'm setting up with Johnny Morgan and Dave Evans from the Silverbacks. And it's to help people with mental health, but not just men, it's going to be men, women, families, and it's going to be like a sorry guys,
like
signposting.
Yeah,
it's going to be like a signposting thing where there's everything's going to be in one place rather than having to scroll down Google, and it's just something that I wanted to do because of the reach of Rate My Takeaway. If I can reach people in a different way and help them, then I will. So we were talking about that, and I was talking about my mental struggles, and then I just said, you know what, poof, and I just went into it on there as well. So yeah, I think that's out on Sunday, so take a look at that, Breaking Beard. That'll be good. So but no, I'm open to questions. All I would say is, I know a lot of you are going to have opinions. I know a lot of you are going to be, well, it's your own fault. You're far from the truth there. But can I just ask that you just bear in mind that comments from trolls, from people, they don't upset me. I'm really thick-skinned. I can sit and read them, can't I? And it doesn't bother me because it's just words and I know the truth. But just bear in mind that I've got family, I've got kids that'll read this, and I know I've put myself in this position. Telling you. But before you write that negative comment, please just think about the children in my life as well that are going to be reading this. That's all I ask. If you do want to go in on me, send me a private message and I'll message you back. You know what I mean? That's
No,
how
send it me, I'll put them straight. I can't look it out because I'll put them straight.
And I just want to say, for those of you that are loyal, those of you that watch me and Sophie, Rate My Takeaway, you know, your support is more appreciated now than ever. Because I read through the troll comments and I ignore them. The ones I pick up on are the messages of love and support, and they're the ones that keep me going. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you very much. We do care about you, we do appreciate it, and like I say, if you're in my position, I'm with you, brother. Oof. You know, let's smash this, let's get it sorted. So we'll be back, we'll be doing these things, we'll be doing the stuff that we've got to do, and then in a few weeks time we'll have another conversation. But yeah, I'd like to answer some questions. Take care. As Sophie would say, peace, love, shimmies, whatever all that is. Right, love you guys. Now then guys, how are you doing? Back up road again, or not so. As you can see, I'm sat down at home on my sofa. So this video is something that I've been contemplating making for a while. Something that I didn't think I'd ever do, but it's something that at this point, at this stage, has come to be necessary. As you know, on Rate My Takeaway, an episode was put up last Thursday. Unfortunately, that is going to be the last ever episode of Rate My Takeaway where I will be the host. Firstly, you know, it's a decision that I've not come to lightly. I've spent a lot of time with my family and friends talking about what I should do and you know, the reasons around it. I can't go into too much detail right now. Just that, but basically the relationship between myself, the cameraman and the editor has now become untenable, really. I've always said that, you know, it's three of us, and that we split things equally. And what I mean by that is obviously the monetary side of things is split equally. You know, I should also be equal within the business, but that's something that, you know, from day one, I've struggled to achieve, to be honest, because for whatever reasons I don't get access to certain things, or, you know, I can't do this, and it's something that we've, you know, between the three of us, that we've battled in and around for years. But due to, you know, my recent health struggles, mainly my mental health, as you know, I did a video earlier on in the year, spoke about how I had a stroke, and then you know, the adverse effect that I had then with mental health, with dealing with different things. Obviously I've suffered with mental health difficulties for the last 5 years now, 4 to 5 years, for all different reasons. But because of the relationship between me and the other two guys, that's deteriorated quite a bit, and it's just come to a point where I feel it's time time for me to, as you can see, it's difficult this for me to be saying this, because, you know, Rate My Takeaway was and is my life. It's something that, you know, I got up and I used to enjoy going out and creating the content. I used to enjoy looking forward to watching the video coming on. I used to enjoy talking to people about it and the content and the comments. I used to enjoy all this. But the fact of the matter is, it's got to a point now where it's no longer enjoyable for me, and that's not you guys, that's just things that's internal between me and the other two. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on and let people know this, I would have liked to have done a farewell episode, but again, it's out of my hands. It's something that I've not got control of. That's why, hence, I've had to put it on here. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for all the support, all the love, the kind messages, the chats that we've had in the street, the good times that we've had, me and you guys. It's been absolutely amazing. You've me and my kids and my family and Sophie, we can't thank you guys enough. You've been there with me through thick and thin, and I really do honestly appreciate it. This isn't the end of me. This isn't me saying that's it, I'm signing out, I'm done with social media. That far from it. You'll still be able to see me on, Mr. and Mrs. Yorkshire channel. You never know, I might start food vlogging on there. I may start something else up. I don't know yet. It's a little bit early for me to decide what to do, which path to go. But what I do know is that I love creating content. I absolutely love it. I love interaction with you guys, and it's something that I'm passionate about carrying on. It's just that in the format that it is, with how I'm sort of held back from doing certain things, it's something that I just need to evolve and move on with. But yeah, the good times, the tours, the Christmas songs, making them has been amazing. The collaborations with people, having people on the channel that I never in a million years thought I'd be sat down chatting to. And it's just so weird. It's just so weird how social media can just change your life. How 1 minute, I'm working in a butcher's, to next minute I'm travelling around and meeting people, and then I'm being invited to, this week I got invited to Forward Leeds, which is an alcohol and drug addiction group that they help people, and I was invited along to listen to some stories and present people with certificates, and doing stuff like that is just absolutely amazing. Being part of that is amazing. Homeless Street Angels in Leeds, I've done quite a few bits with them. Did the song last year, but then since then I've been doing a few bits, and I'm doing a charity art auction on Monday for them. To be a part of this is an honour. So it's opened up a whole different world to me, a different way of living. But and I've got some good memories. I've got some good memories which I want to keep the good ones before it gets too sour, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll be talking about this. I'm sure that people have got 101 questions. It's just got to the time where I just need to move on. I'm sure I'll be talking about it again soon. I can only go into so much detail legally, really, because I believe there'll be legal action on the way, I think. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but yeah. So, thank you very much. Please don't be strangers. Come and follow me on Mr. and Mrs. Yorkshire. Keep an eye out for anything else that I'm doing. And if I do set out else up, come and give us a follow or subscribe on there. I do appreciate it. Because this is something I've not been allowed to do, not been allowed to ask. Please follow and subscribe. Apparently, I'm not allowed to do that, but I am now. So that's what I ask you. And it's just me being thankful, really. So yeah, guys, take care. All right, like I say, you'll still see me on Mr. and Mrs. Yorkshire on my TikTok, my Instagram, things like that. I won't be a stranger. There's definitely more to come in the future. What shape or form that is, you'll just have to wait and see. So take care, love you lots, and make sure I put stone knacker cracker away. See you later, guys.